And what's up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? I'm Dan,
And I'm Chris.
and we're the Random Media Guys. Back
We're back
again
again.
for
I
season
can't
two.
see you.
I'm sorry, I'm Ghost. Woo. But you can hear
Where are
me.
you? I can't see you.
I mean, because I'm dead.
Okay, you're not dead. Dude, where are you really?
My thing, my camera's not working well. Sorry. It's only
Oh,
seem
dude,
it, it only
I
seems
can't see you.
you can't see me. Oh.
Why isn't your camera working? Were you masturbating again to porn?
No. The honest truth is because I'm actually it's probably taking up because I'm running this for our stream. It's probably like no, you can't. You can only use one. It's
Who's this character you're using?
it only
I
seems.
can't see you.
Oh no, I just got an echo. So, what character do you mean? Oh, that's from a game.
Hmm. What game?
Um, Fire Emblem. So
So we have till about 10:15. I'm
yeah,
gonna
so
give us
yeah, so we're gonna be doing a quick
around 10 o'clock possibly. So
a quick review. I know it's we wanted to go longer, but
well, we should sort of, welcome ourselves back.
right, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Random Media Guys. We talk about movies and books, mainly stuff that you have not heard of before, or probably have heard of, but these are hidden gems. We will talk about mainstream
Yeah, I
stuff.
think I think we can get rather redundant sometimes, but
Yeah, of course.
we're new faces to hear it from. That's always cool.
Hey, that's how people know it sticks in your head if you don't.
Right.
So,
So what's been new with you?
not much. I've been busy working, trying to make money so I can get better equipment for us.
That sounds pretty good.
And apparently, YouTube is also going to be cutting interaction because we don't have a big enough channel, so they're going to cut our monetization. But to be fair, that's because we really haven't been doing a lot.
Sure. I mean, we're really not here to make any money,
Of
right?
course, yeah,
It's for the people.
yeah, and we're also here to kind of fuck around.
Exactly.
We're just two dudes talking about movies, books, and other matter of entertainment.
Exactly, man.
So where's your woman?
She's going to bed. She works at a law firm now.
Really? Congrats.
Yeah, she's working in a law firm that handles pensions, so she's got to hit the sack early because she's got to drive all the way to Santa Monica at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, but
So
enough.
what new shitty movies have you seen?
Well, I haven't seen a lot of shitty movies. I've seen some decent ones. Maybe one we're gonna talk. Maybe one we were about to talk about.
Did we see it together?
Yeah, we saw it. Well, we. So,
It's not young chicks riding pole.
I wish that would be off. No, ladies and gentlemen, the movie I'm gonna talk about is we are gonna talk about is Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Not
Who
Hitch,
saw
not Hitchcock.
Hitchcock?
Sorry, Hickok. Sorry, I had a stutter.
Hitchcock. That's
Yeah,
like an old crappy Will Smith movie.
no, it's a movie about Wild Bill.
Oh,
You fail.
remember Will Smith did like a really crappy movie called Hickok where he's like a superhero
No,
that's
it's
like
Hitch. It's Hit. Hickok. Yeah, you basically
no,
want
it's
to
not Hitch. Hitch was his other stupid
hit.
movie he did.
Yeah,
The
hit.
romantic comedy was Hitch.
Yeah, it's like hit.
Hickok was like he was like a dysfunctional hero.
Yeah, and
Some
alcoholic
some
approach.
superhero with like powers and he goes to jail somehow. It's kind of
Yeah, I think it's reformed, but no,
stupid.
Hickok is actually. Oh no, it's Hancock. That's what it was. Hancock.
It was hand job I called it.
Yeah. Anyway, so for this, this film is a western.
Yeah, we recently saw it over at your place. It
It
was
was on Netflix.
we had a romantic dinner and we watched it and you
Oh,
know
don't
tried
tease me,
smooching up to me
man.
on the couch
I mean, come on.
and the
I'm an
rest is history.
expensive slut.
You're an expensive slut, Daniel.
Oh,
Your 300 pounds of expense,
oh, don't tease me.
Daniel.
Oh, but anyway, let's get. So yes, this movie
We have
has.
Yeah, we saw Hickok. It was a good Western. I'm not sure how historically accurate it was based on Wild Bill Hickok.
Right, but there was some
He had
stuff like
quite a
yeah, it was. It was
He's definitely someone to check out. I think we should do a episode about the Wild West and Wild Bill.
yeah, we have
He was
a
quite an iconic legend of the time.
yes, we have another channel called Random History Guys, which we will be posting to. But yeah, Hickok kind of dealt with Chris. It was Luke Hemsworth, right? It was basically one of the
It was one of the Hemsworth brothers.
ones
Yeah, I'm
that
not
we don't normally see in the U.S. Yeah, apparently he was really big in like Australia. Like he's a big Australian TV star, and he was in this show, and it was really good. You kept thinking he looked like Chris Pine.
right. He was like if Liam Hemsworth and Chris Pine, had a kid.
Yeah. So that basically he goes out he what was it? It was his dispute with this dude, and that's a historical thing. The you know
Right. He had a dispute with the guy who's played by a country singer, played
yeah,
that
look
guy.
up. Yeah, let's be professional. It's not like we didn't look this stuff before and now, but no, we're totally professional.
Right. Yeah, I didn't do any research to really pinpoint how historically accurate the film is,
Yeah.
but it was a pretty decent, it had a pretty low budget.
All right.
It was your standard,
Yeah, so I had
low budget Netflix straight to DVD, straight to video
right.
Western,
So I had
you
Chris.
know.
So here you might know Chris Christopherson, who is he was
Was he in
Whistler.
the movie?
Yeah, he was the
Yes,
mayor.
Chris Christopherson was in there, yeah.
He was the mayor. You might know him from Blade as Whistler.
You may know him as, a famous singer.
Yeah. There's also it was Trace Adkins who was the main bad guy. He
Yeah,
was
Trace Atkins is a country singer.
yeah, and
For those of you who don't listen to country, you probably don't know who Trace Atkins is.
but the minute you heard him, you're like, this guy sounds like he's from the South.
Yeah, he's, a redneck.
Yeah, so this was his actual conflict, this actual historical thing where he fought with Phil Poe, who was Trace Atkinson's character. A lot of thing was dramatized, but for the most part, it was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a fun Western. It was pretty good. Anyone if you're, into a Western and you're on Netflix, check it out. Why not?
And it's a good way. Despite the fact
Because a lot of them suck on Netflix.
yeah, despite the fact that it only got a 57 on Rotten Tomatoes. Well, and they don't seem to know what they're doing anymore, and a 49% Metacritic. Uh, I thought it was good. It was a decent Western films. It's kind of I've seen a recent kind of a bit of revival of the Western genre. Like
Yeah.
for a while, it was kind of dead. Like it was a big thing in the 50s and 60s, but it kind of died down. But it seems like again, this is a revival. You had 310 Yuma a while back. You had the Magnificent Seven remake. You have this. I'm wondering honestly if we're going to start seeing more westerns.
Yeah, they may be making a comeback.
Unless
If it doesn't offend anybody.
oh, it offended.
You
Oh,
definitely can't have any, Indians unless the Indians are,
yeah.
getting the upper hand or it's some sad scenario.
Watch out, people might get triggered.
Most definitely.
I'm sorry, that's just a bad pun.
Dances with Wolves was a really good film.
Yeah, that was actually decent.
Yeah, that was a really good film
It was
back in the
it was
early
really
90s.
long. It was long as
It was a
fuck.
very long film. Kevin Costner did that, and then he did Wyatt Earp, he did a very long Wyatt Earp movie.
Yeah, I hear that he looks comparatively looks a lot more like Wyatt Earp than Val Kilmer. Kurt Russell. But that was just because aesthetics. And my old man said from what he had heard that the Wyatt Earp one was a little bit more accurate to what happened, but
The Wyatt Earp one with Kevin Costner basically crammed Wyatt Earp's entire,
life.
life into a 2 hour plus movie.
Whereas
Tombstone
was about Tombstone.
Tombstone was sort of, you had Kurt Russell. It was a lot more marketed to just your average,
Yeah.
stupid, I want to see, a classic shoot 'em up John Wayne style Western.
To be fair, I did.
Wyatt Earp
I,
with Kevin Costner was more of an actual historical film.
right. To be fair, I did look up some stuff. Like Tombstone, they didn't have. Apparently, there was supposed to be more of the Herbs there. Like a few of their more brothers were there.
It's been wildly disputed that the Earps weren't really the moral brothers as they're portrayed in, popular fiction.
Yeah, they were. Well, they had I mean, what's his face? I mean, Doc Holliday was actually quite interesting. One, he actually was a bit.
Yeah, Doc Holliday was interesting. He was from Georgia, I think, and he had moved out west and because he was fighting tuberculosis.
He
And it
also
was recommended at the time that he moved to a warm climate.
a warm, dry climate.
Correct.
Yeah, no,
Which
like
would be Arizona.
yeah. The fun thing was I was watching.
The Earp brothers had done. They had been from Kansas, I think.
Yeah, I
They
think
had done. They had done. Wyatt Earp, I know, was a lawman in Dodge, Kansas, Dodge
Dodge
City,
City.
somewhere at the time. I don't think it was Dodge City, but he was a sheriff's deputy for a time there. He was never ever a marshal. His brother was, and he was deputized deputy marshal for a time.
Yeah, I mean,
He died in like 1916 in Los Angeles.
yeah, I
People
remember
don't
that.
know that.
Yeah, he
His
got
last job was he was a boxing ref, and he made a controversial call.
really.
Yep,
No, that
he
makes
was a
sense.
boxing ref in the later years of his life in Los Angeles.
Like,
Um, yeah, it's there's been a few good things. A good show to check out is Deadwood.
yeah, I want to
If
check that
you're if
out.
you're a Western fan, it's a fantastic show
Yeah, I'm Devin
on Deadwood.
because we've been talking about westerns. And I'm gonna have to relabel this episode 1, the Western talk, because this really
Yeah,
has.
dude. What's evolved into the Western talk?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
I mean, another big thing is to know something about Westerns is they never played poker.
they
In almost most movies I've seen get this wrong. They played Pharaoh. Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, like Egyptian,
Pharaoh. I don't think I think it's Pharo. It's from
right?
Italy.
Right.
They didn't have casinos. You didn't say it was a casino back then. It was saloon, gambling house.
Right. Yeah. Cause
Um, but they played Pharaoh. They also played a a variation of blackjack, but it wasn't 21. It was like 15 or 16 the game.
yeah.
And the odds back then were horrible.
Yeah.
They
They
you
were
were you were
rigged as
really
fuck.
because the payout was so high, you almost had to cheat.
There.
You would basically how it would be is you'd come as a dealer. And speaking of dealers, Wyatt Earp for a time was a dealer. He would come and go to saloons around the West and various places, and you'd come with your own cards and your own money. You'd basically be a mobile casino with your own money,
Right.
and you know that's how you pay out. So obviously these guys were pulling fast ones on everyone here and there, but they also had to keep the games very fun and interesting to keep all these they were playing with minors
Right. Of
and
course.
and workers. They had to keep everyone interested.
Because they
Like kind of like any
yeah,
casino.
because if you drain them, then you're
Right.
you're fucked.
You had like a lot of minors that came out west that you didn't want to drain them. It's not good business and they don't return. and everyone had fun at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Drinking was pretty rampant.
Yeah, also another and drugs and whoring and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah, horroring was really probably fun. I mean, back at the time, you didn't have many women,
Yeah.
so whenever you had these horror houses, it was quite a treat because back then the ratio between men and women was horrible.
You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of
And
these
you'd hate
guys
to be
make
a guy.
one of these guys got like these women like made fucking bank through just
Yeah, many women gained tremendous power and independence during the 1800s through prostitution.
Well, it's because it's money and money is power.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Daniel. So I saw some new movies,
All right, go ahead.
veering
Shoot.
away now from this intelligent conversation about the history of the Wild West. I saw a movie on Netflix that was pretty good. Two of them were horror. There, I saw two films recently.
Uh huh.
One of them was The Vault
Okay.
with James Franco was in it.
Right.
The Vault was
We'll give us it.
um it's basically about a bank that's robbed, and the bank has a secret vault at the basement. But with what lies in this vault is something you don't want released.
Is it a demon?
That's sort of the, synopsis of the story. Um, yeah, it's kind of a ghost monster movie.
What kind of?
It's a horror.
What kind of
It's a
makes?
horror thing. So it was interesting. This bank is robbed, and then these bank robbers are told that there's this hidden safe, hidden vault in the basement of the bank by one of the bank tellers who's played by James Franco, and what's in that vault, shouldn't be released.
Well, yeah, that makes. I mean, if you can, according to some lore, you can basically trap ghosts and creatures in like iron and stuff like that. So that makes a lot of sense. They would do something like that.
Interesting. I didn't know about that, but
Well, it's just
yeah,
like
there's
there's legend. That's why they believe that people started putting metal rods around graveyards to keep the
interesting.
ghost out.
Huh.
Or
Interesting.
keep them
The film
trapped.
didn't.
Essentially, keep them trapped in because when they pass through it, it would basically ground them.
I thought it was a pretty good movie. I urge anyone to see it who's kind of in the mood for spooky horror, scary thriller.
Um,
And with a bank, I thought it was a rather creative plot and a cool twist at the end. Yeah, it was pretty good.
do you see Bright? Have you seen Bright yet?
I have seen Bright. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I would
It
like
was it was basically Colors with Sean Penn, old
colors,
cop movie.
colors,
Colors with Sean Penn
and like End of Watch.
and Lord of the Rings. If you take Colors of Sean Penn
Yeah,
or End of Watch with
with
who's that?
Leto,
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake
If you
Gyllenhaal.
take End of Watch, people here, our viewers might have seen End of Watch, and you smudge it with Lord of the
Fantasy.
Rings, you get it
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
There were some stuff I really wanted them to talk about more. Like, I wanted to know more about this Dark Lord.
they're going to make a second one.
Yeah, I know. There was a lot of stuff like I really wish they had delved in a bit of more stuff in the world, or maybe give more hints, because it does treat you like you should already know this, which does make sense.
Right.
But I really wish there was a little bit more. Otherwise, it's a great movie, dude. Critics fucking didn't like it, and it got and because it was the positive review because from people, it got
Well,
a
that's kind of like Star Wars.
Star Wars for me wasn't uber bad. It could have been better. There's a lot of stuff they did.
I thought for being just a movie,
Yeah,
it was pretty damn good.
for being a Star
Um,
Wars, it could have been better.
and I think Star Wars did. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't know what more they could do
They could have. Well, for one thing, they could have
in
made.
terms of acting, not a fanboy point of view. I
No.
don't know.
I'm actually coming from, not from fanboy, because even though I know like the lore.
Okay, what more do you think they could have done with
Okay,
Star Wars 2?
the Vice Admiral. Now I've been told by people who are actually bigger fans that she was supposed to be Prince Leia's like childhood friend. The problem with that is they don't quite show you. I think would have been better, like for that. This is just a little nitpicky thing, but like they they give hints, uh that they're friends. Like maybe she looks at a picture of them when they were young, or maybe she's in
I
the
don't know if that's important for the movie. So in the movie, I guess
or
I
or
forgot that
or,
she's.
or maybe that could have been part of a.
I don't know if that's in
Let me explain.
in the movie. Did Princess Leia say that was her childhood friend?
Yeah, they talked. They kind of talked after.
Okay, then yeah, I mean,
Well,
as a critic, I don't think that's a big part to break the whole thing.
I know, but that would have been. Here's what I would have loved, honestly, because it does seem like it was kind of tacked on. Here's what I would have. You could have her talking to Poe and almost say like, listen, when he's saying, we should do this, and almost have it almost like a throwaway image. It's like she's looking at a picture of Leia and her and go, listen, I've known Leia for a long time. I'm in charge. I don't care what you think you're a hotshot pilot. That would have been kind of interesting. Like it showed basically like why she was in charge, why she was trusted. Like you established that's why she's next in command.
Okay,
I think that would be
but
kind of
it's
interesting.
like I don't know. I wasn't. It was already assumed she was,
I know,
someone important,
I know, but it would.
and it wasn't like I would question that.
But I'm saying it would
I'm
be
saying,
character development. It would be interesting to get a character development because instead of it just
well, they have so much time. I mean, she showed her character through her actions.
But I think
I mean, she's also in a supporting role.
yeah, but
I mean, they're not going to waste a ton of screen time on just
I still
developing a supporting actor.
I still say they should have had Admiral Akbar sacrifice himself. That would have been a cool.
Admiral Akbar.
That would have been a great. That would have been a great send off for him.
Yeah, because he didn't die in the Return of the Jedi, right?
Well, he died. His actual actor died in real life. And that would have been a cool send off.
Right. But his character didn't die in Return of the Jedi.
And he was alive during Rogue One. So that were when Force Awakens. So that would have been a cool send off for him. Him basically giving up his life in like a last hurrah.
Daniel.
Although I
Yeah.
love dude, Leia was Mary Poppins. That whole scene where she flies, she was Mary Poppins.
Exactly.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
So
yeah, what is it? What other movie did I see? I recently saw of course, I'm kind of a fan of B horror films.
Oh yeah, those are the best.
So I was on YouTube and I started watching the movie Slaughter High, 1986. I thought it was kind of a funny. It's kind of a funny, low budget slasher film.
Was it
about this like nerdy kid that's picked on, and then like they pull some prank that ends up putting him in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And then he disappears, and like 5 years goes by, and all these kids who picked on him have like a high school reunion at the school that they went to that's now closed down. And then this nerdy guy just starts picking him off, and he like has a clown mask.
That's cool.
But there's some funny kills in it. I mean, come on, you got to have some creative, funny kills. In a slasher film from the 80s, and you got to have boobs. So, it met the, you got to have some chick show her tits.
All right. Sorry, I'm just typing quick. Yes.
I thought it was fun. If you're looking for a fun 80s slasher, I highly recommend Slaughter High.
Do you remember freaking Malibu High, how bad that was?
That was pretty fucking bad, where they're playing the People's Court.
She's being chased.
But I'd say The Howling Part 2 was actually a good movie.
Howling Part 2 was actually, yeah. That was.
It was ridiculous, over the top. They spent like the entire movie's budget to pay Christopher Lee. and they had to, I think they had to throw in the werewolf orgy as sort of a last Hail Mary.
Oh God!
They noticed I think they were playing that right. They had such a short budget and a short amount of time to complete such a goofy movie, and they did it rather well.
Do you remember that whole
Uh,
day?
and then like the main guy is just like yelling as he's shooting. He's like, ah,
Do you remember the very end where it was like
yeah, where it's like the credits, how like the girl's like ripping her shirt off, and like all the characters. That was so planned. It was like the people who made that film really wanted to have fun and not take it seriously, and
yeah,
that's what made it an awesome, awesome. That
yeah,
is totally cool. Like it kind of broke the fourth wall in a way, kind of like a Deadpool,
yeah.
Scream Deadpool kind of ish. It was kind of breaking those boundaries.
No Deadpool. Oh, by the way, Deadpool is coming out in May, I believe. And we got Black Panther.
Yay. Black Panther.
Black
Is that a porno?
no
Is that the porno you're into now with black guys?
Black Panther.
You into a big black cock?
A bigger, blacker dick.
Yeah?
No, I'm not into that.
You're into big black dick? What?
No, I'm into
Why
tiny
not?
Asian dick.
Is it because you're racist?
Hey, I'm not into racism. No offense.
Yeah, you are. You're totally into it.
I,
Jerk off to it.
I still love that story. Some messed out chick that you were a skinhead.
Right.
Oh man,
Maybe she was in skinheads. Perhaps
that would be actually fucking
there's greater
hilarious.
meaning behind her accusation.
She's like, yes, I want you.
No thanks.
Oh man. All right, so I think that we should wrap this up. Thank you everybody for watching. Check us out next time. We're not quite sure when we're going to film. Hopefully, we'll try to do it next Sunday.
Yeah, we'll do goofy movie reviews. We need to review some more B
Goofy
films together.
movie reviews.
Come on, we're a bunch of weird, goofy, dorky guys. We should review just more B films.
That's what we do. Do we review weird ass shit?
We should.
Do you come to my place? We'll sit down. We'll watch some crazy ass movies. I finally got surround
We should
sound.
review Baba Hotep. Have you seen Baba
I
Hotep?
need to see Baba Hotep
Dude, you need to see Baba
or
Hotep, brother.
Black JFK.
You do. Black JFK, Elvis Presley, and there's a mummy. If
Yeah,
you like mummies and Bruce Campbell and
yeah,
Black JFK and big fat old Elvis in an old home fighting a mummy, this is your movie.
yeah. There's a lot of weird ass shit in that movie. Fuck. Is it like Army of Darkness but with Elvis?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more there's a little bit more dialogue than I mean Army of Darkness was really good.
Yeah, Army of Darkness was great. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Check us out next time, and we will be doing again. Listen, hey, maybe we should do. We could watch the thing, a program called Rabbit. You and I could watch bad movies online together. We should watch at the same time.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys later. And